kind of been steeped in sin for pretty much most of my life, but it's never stopped me from seeking the spiritual path.
Good.
And there have even been times where I was doing something wrong, whatever, eating meat, one of the two other things, and the whole time actually I was actually thinking about spiritual matters the entire time I was doing those things, and it almost there's been times where it's almost seemed to like really lighten the effect of the thing that I did.
That's possible. That's called Krishna's mercy. But like I said, don't take advantage, because that's the seventh offense. And like I said, one time, a couple, you might be excused, but if you go on, you may get smited down. So it's...
Say smited down, what does that
mean? You know what I mean.
Well, no, is that... I mean, eternal punishment?
No, not eternal. No, but
Years
Krishna will do something to show you that this is not the way to go. Things will happen, and you'll snap out of this illusion. Let's put it this way. It's not a proper mentality. We should, yes, we slip and fall, but we shouldn't take advantage of Krishna's mercy. Krishna may be merciful, but if we start to take advantage, then you might fall under the category of the material energy, so to speak, and get a reaction.
But what if somebody truly loved, they felt like they really loved Krishna with all their heart, but they just felt like they were too weak to
yes, then you will take your next birth and be given another opportunity to pick up where you left off. Like Prabhupada said, if we chant with offenses, it may take 700 births before we achieve perfection. Yes?
If we chant with offense?
Mm-hmm. There are 10 offenses.
Sure. So thinking of something else while you're chanting, like...
That's one. That's one. Committing sin on the strength of chanting, thinking, well, I'm committing sin, but my chanting will make up for it. That's the biggest offense, yes?
Oh, you can finish.
So we try to avoid the offenses. Why? Because we want to quickly get the goal, love of Godhead. So it's a question of understanding, why am I doing this? Why am I chanting? I'll give you an example. You know, if somebody told you, here's $1 million, all you have to do is this. Say it was something real simple. Okay? Well, because you value the $1 million, you'll quickly do whatever is required because you appreciate the $1 million. You, in other words, what do I got to do? What do I got to do? Right? So Krishna consciousness, once you really understand it, then the attitude is, okay, what is it I got to do so I can get there as quickly as possible? And you become serious and sincere. Now, yes, there are going to be slips and falls. So generally the question is asked, what do I do if I slip or fall? I pick myself up and I become determined not to do it again. But if I don't have that determination, then it may take 100 lifetimes, 200 lifetimes, 3. It may take long to get there. So you make advancement according to how sincere and serious you are. It's up to you. How important is this to you? And what are you willing to sacrifice to get there? Some people are taking the slow road. Krishna allows that, okay. You can come back to me after 100 births. And some people, they're trying to do it as quickly as possible. And so they become serious and sincere, like the person sitting next to you. What is your question?
Oh, I was just going to comment off of what you're saying, like the last thing you're saying, of just like, what if someone really loves Krishna, but maybe like doesn't feel like strong enough to give up some of those things? But like, I think, yeah, we were kind of mentioning this last time too, like for example, like I've eaten meat like my entire life, and like, especially like growing up in a Persian household, like there's no vegetarian option for anything, you know, so it's like, when I like first started coming here, I was like, no way am I gonna, you know, like I can't even imagine like not eating meat and stuff. But I think like when you just like start chanting more, you know, it's like you really just, it's not even a thing about like being weak or strong, like it just kind of comes like naturally to you, and like it just almost becomes like second nature, like, oh, I just don't even like really crave it anymore, you know?
You almost get a repulsion for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've probably committed the 10 offenses more than is allowed, but I still feel like.
Well, then okay, number one, you may not be as bad as you think. And number two, it appears that Krishna must like you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. So I don't know you hardly. I'd have to know you on a long time basis. All I can say is just keep coming. That's all. Just keep coming. It'll eventually all work out. How does that?
That would be great.
Then keep coming. Keep coming.
Because honestly, sometimes I think like I'm about to try and walk this path, and there's some things about me I don't know if it's in my ego, but I just think, man, am I going to be able to do that? I do really, I feel pulled, of course.
Okay, that's called.
I feel a pull for Krishna, and I feel almost like, Krishna's like, dude, you've been coming around here for a long, long, long time, like, I'm giving you opportunity after opportunity, like, come on, let's go, I know you want to go, but yet, I almost wonder if I've like been sort of just like doing this push and pull with Krishna for a long, long, long time, and that's why some of my things that I do or my attachments seem to be so strong. It's almost kind of like the more Krishna wants you, the more Maya is going to be like, do you really? Do you really?
That dynamic happens. That's true.
Like, okay, like, yeah, put your money where your mouth is. Here's, oh, you're going to go to a Krishna class? Here's 10 temptations for you to think about before you go. Out of nowhere, some temptation just comes along and like, well, that time is pretty convenient. It almost just feels like I know I'm not that big of a deal or anything, but I feel like there's forces that are pulling me this way and that. And it's almost like the more spiritual I feel sometimes, one of these other lesser things will just come up like just a tidal wave. And it's just so strong. And I'm like, why are you getting stronger if Krishna's getting stronger? But I'm kind of new to this as well.
So here, I'm going to do two things. First, I'm going to give you a blessing. I bless you that you will meet a spiritual personality, and that spiritual personality will give you the impetus to be able to break out of this cycle. So I beg you, please come. In my humble opinion, I can think of no better temple than this temple.
Well, I'm actually going to be attempting to be a good devotee.
Then I bless you that you meet someone that gives you that and helps you.
You mean like a guru in the flesh?
Can be a guru, it could be another devotee, somebody that helps you.
Well, some of these urges that I feel, you know, the urges that you feel when no one's around.
Yes, but like she said, are you chanting on beads?
Not 16 times a day, but I try to get.
Don't stop that. Whatever you're doing, keep that up because that's going to help you. Keep the chanting. Because if you give this up, then Maya's got you completely.
I absolutely agree. Like, I mean, there are times I definitely feel the power of the mantra. Absolutely. Like,
Good.
And so I believe in that. I have faith in that. I trust it. I guess the question is like sometimes do I trust myself? But I guess I should trust in Krishna more than I try to trust.
Yes, that's why you need a personal trainer, a personal spiritual trainer.
Probably because if it were left up to me, who knows? I might just destroy myself.
That is correct. And that's true for anybody. That's true for anybody. I bless you that this happens very soon. Hare Krishna. And can I say something? Okay. You talk about your condition. And many devotees came from a similar thing. But things are not always going to be that way. And if you continue to chant, Krishna is going to make an arrangement and he's going to say, okay, here's your chance. Take it. So, we don't know the future. That's what's scary about Krishna. You have no idea what's in store. I've been all over this United States. I've gone to India, South Africa. I go to South America. I never dreamed of this. How could I go, how? It's Krishna. It's Krishna. And when I told you the story, my wife proposed to me, I could never have found anyone like this on my own. No way. That's a gift from Krishna. So keep chanting. Your gifts are in the mail.
What were you saying? You said you had two things. One, you're given a blessing. What was the second thing you were?
It was like, I gave them both in there. Yes, darling.
Can you talk about Maya a little bit more?
Oh, it's my favorite topic. I have a new CD coming out in March called Maya Man. I know all about Maya. Okay, what is Maya? Maya is forgetfulness of Krishna. Maya is a state of mind where I think I can do something and I don't have to be concerned about Krishna. I am independent. It's a mental state it's an illusion to think that there's something outside the purview of Krishna. Maya also means illusion. In other words, I entered into a business deal. And when I entered into the business deal, I thought I was going to become rich. What happened in the end? Bankrupt. It was an illusion. Maya is a state where I think I'm the enjoyer, I'm the owner, and everybody should love me. Maya also means that I want to be independent. Remember at the beginning I said you have free will? So Maya means right now, Krishna, I don't want to serve you. I want to do my own thing. I'll come back to you. But right now, I want to do what I want to do. That's Maya also. Yes.
I have another question.
Yes.
Do you think that
Krishna has like a plan for people who aren't Hare Krishna?
Of course, it's already there. Okay, here's the thing. First of all, this material world, which is also Maya. Okay? So, some people think this world is for me to dominate, exploit, and enjoy to the fullest. Krishna says, fine. Go ahead. Try. You're not going to win, but go ahead. Try. Whereas devotees, they're also using this material energy, but they're using it to go back to Krishna. I'm using a camera, a tape recorder, microphone. I'm using material things. I have a computer. I make music at home. But it's all for becoming Krishna conscious. Whereas those who don't want to love Krishna, go ahead. Do what you like. Krishna gives you free will. You want to go to hell? Fine, go. Go to Tucson. Go to Hollywood. Go to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is the capital city of forgetting Krishna. Because everything is there to forget Krishna. Gambling, sex, intoxication, and meat eating. You want to forget Krishna? Go to Las Vegas. Let's see you come back alive. Yes. Yeah, there's a plan. The plan is the way it's designed. Okay, try to bite the big apple. Try to enjoy. And eventually you're going to crash. You're going to burn. Eventually. Maybe one day you'll say, like me. I tried to be the king. I wanted to be the next Elvis, Bob Dylan, John Lennon. But after 23 years, I realized, you know what? It's not going to happen. I decided I'm going to give this life to Krishna and Prabhupada. So some people, it may take hundreds of lifetimes till they get to that point where they realize, I've been there, I've done that, I've tried everything. All right, I'm surrendering, Krishna. It takes some people, it even says it in the Bhagavad Gita, millions of lifetimes wandering. Sometimes this, sometimes that, sometimes this. At some point, if you're fortunate, you realize, I want out. I've had enough. That's what happened to me. I realized, I'm out of here. I want Krishna and Prabhupada. Is that all right? Yes. You have a question? Did you like what you came for tonight? Yeah. It was okay? Anything else? Yes, balls.
How did Prabhupada treat his disciples? Did he treat them as his sons and daughters or as his friends or relatives?
He had several different. Everybody felt that Prabhupada had their interest at heart. You felt secure that he was a person not going to cheat me. You felt that no matter what was going on, eventually Prabhupada would take care of it and everything would be rectified. Yes, I would say he definitely had a fatherly relationship. The women that joined, they knew Prabhupada. They, like we call them Prabhupada's daughters. We say like that. And Prabhupada's sons. Now, some of his disciples, because of their service, they had more close association. They took on big responsibilities for opening temples and preaching. They took more risks. So those persons may have like my relationship with Prabhupada is very distant. I didn't have much. Now I'm a small time. I'm just a little pipsqueak. But other of my god brothers, they more qualified. They did bigger things. So their relationship with Prabhupada was a little more closer than most. But everybody felt, and then when Prabhupada left, it was devastating. Because We loved him. We saw what he did for us, and he just wasn't somebody who sat back. He was working harder than we were. He was getting up early in the morning, writing his books. He was traveling. He did everything. So we were, we willing to do anything. We wanted to serve him. He led by his example. Time after time after time, he showed us by his example. And we voluntarily would do anything for him because he commanded our love and surrender by what he gave us. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's.
What else, kids?
Is this considered a youth meeting?
This is considered.
Is that that's the name of this?
It's for young adults, but anybody can come. This is specifically for young adults, college students, to associate with. But it's not exclusive.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're included. If you're young at heart. Yes, boss. I'll get you next. You're next.
When Krishna came as Lord Buddha, I beg your pardon, when Lord Buddha is an avatar of Krishna, was he essentially asking the question, if people don't want me as Krishna, what's the alternative?
Buddha came for a specific purpose. He is Krishna. What happened was, early in this age of Kali, the priests, the Brahmins, were telling people that it's okay to eat meat and it's okay to sacrifice animals. They were twisting the scriptures to suit the public. So the animals were being slaughtered carelessly, needlessly, more than what is allotted. In the scriptures, meat eating is allowed, but it's very restrictive. Whereas now, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, it became rampant. So Krishna came as Buddha. His only thing was stop the rampant animal slaughter. So he taught a specific philosophy just to get the people to stop this needless killing of animals. So he preached a kind of philosophy which does not believe in God, does not believe in the soul, although he's God, but that's what he had to do. So Buddha said, don't follow the Vedas, because the people were misinterpreting the Vedas. So the way he did it was, okay, don't follow the Vedas, follow me. Become nonviolent, peaceful, calm. So that was a temporary tactic. Then Shiva came as Shankaracharya and reestablished the authority of the Vedas. But he also preached a cheating philosophy, because his philosophy is, oh, you are God.
Oh boy, that makes sense.
People bought it up like anything. Then Lord Chaitanya came and brought it back to the complete. You are part and parcel of God. You are the servant of God, and the goal of life is to love God. So that's Kali Yuga, how three different things come into play.
You know, we have Prabhupada, who is the embodiment of a pure soul in our lifetime that we can watch on a video of a living person. Shiva is, essentially Krishna's number one devotee, I guess you could say.
Yes, Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu, yes.
How could he not preach Krishna?
Because that was not his job. He was told to do that. That's there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He was ordered by Krishna, I want you to go preach this philosophy, because you can only do things in steps. So the first thing Shankaracharya had to do was reinstate the authority of the Vedas, because Buddha defied the Vedas, said don't follow the Vedas. So he started his own thing. So Shankaracharya's job was re-establish the authority of the Vedas. So as Shankaracharya, Shiva did that. But it was not the real, true philosophy, which is what Lord Chaitanya did. He established the pure philosophy of love of God.
How did Lord Chaitanya defeat in that assembly hall that atheist philosopher?
Okay. Those were all Mayavadis who believed that when you took sannyas, you became God. That was that was part of Shankaracharya's philosophy. You take sannyas, now you are Narayan. And they address each other. Om Namo Narayan. Just like we say Hari Bol, Hari Krishna. The sannyasis of Shankaracharya, they address each other. Om Namo Narayan. I pay obeisances to you, God. Pretty attractive. Okay? So how did Lord Chaitanya do it? He was invited to a meeting and all those sannyasis were there. And what he did was he washed his feet, and after washing his feet, he sat in the water that he used to wash his feet. And then he started to glow like 1,000 suns. He was just glowing. And they all were like, wow, we think we're Narayan. He has actually become Narayan because he's glowing like 1,000 suns. And so then the leader extended his arm saying, don't sit in that unclean place. Come and join us. In other words, he sat at the entrance to taking a humble position. So then they asked him, you know, you're supposed to be one of us. How come you're not one of us? So, and they started asking questions. And then he showed them that he knew everything they thought they knew. He answered all their, and defeated them point by point, and showed all the mistakes in Shankaracharya. And he knew the scriptures. He's Krishna. So he knew exactly how to defeat them. That's how he did it.
So was everyone in that room a devotee afterwards?
Yeah, they were all converted. They had a huge kirtan.
Wow.
They all became like mad. Lord Chaitanya was that powerful. First of all, he was extremely beautiful. So he was very attractive. And he was 7 feet tall. And his knowledge of the Vedanta was outstanding. They said, you've convinced us. You're right. So then Lord Chaitanya told them, the essence is chant. So they had a big kirtan. And the whole city was like, whoa, what's happened here? So Lord Chaitanya showed them, here it is, kirtan. Now you've been waiting patiently.
Well, I've been feeling kind of torn with like what I'm doing right now with my life. I've been focusing like the last year or two on developing a chocolate business, and I see that in Krishna consciousness, chocolate is
There are two opinions. Some say no, some say yes. What does Sandamani say? Yes. Yeah, there's two opinions. So if you know, let's put it this way. If there's any sin, it's really, really, it's not a big deal.
okay.
Not a big deal.
And
My wife loves chocolate.
how it's offered, how food is offered to make it prasadam, can that, I mean, I know chocolate can't be offered to the deity, but can it be offered like?
You got me on that one. I don't know. I was told Prabhupada ate it once. Like he was given it and he said, what is this? And they said chocolate. And I think he said, oh, it's very good. But can you, I don't, you know, I'm not going to go on, I can't help you on that one. But I will answer it this way. Practically speaking, other than like having a Hare Krishna restaurant, any job you do is going to have some sinful reaction. It's just the nature of this world. I wouldn't sweat it. Okay? Just continue to chant, be a devotee, and if that's how you want to live, I don't consider it a big. There's a lot worse things you could be involved in.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, I was like kind of getting tired of it and took a break over the summer, and then what really inspired me to get back into it was thinking I could distribute it as prasadam.
Well, like I said, have you discussed it with Sandamini?
A little bit,
And what does she say?
yeah.
Okay then. I consider her a higher authority than me. Like if I lived here in this temple, I would do exactly what she said. Yeah, so you just stay close to her, you'll be fine. You'll be good. Yes.
I'm not sure, but could you offer it to Shiva?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. We're getting in an area here that's like, okay, wait a second.
Okay.
This is like above my head.
All right.
Yeah. Now we're getting to some really,
Well, it's like,
I don't know if there's a chocolate deity, you know.
Well,
All right, if you're going to offer chocolate, there's a I don't know.
to the Mayans, they did have gods, the cacao god, and theobromine, the word, the Latin name for chocolate is food of the gods.
I can't go on record. I'm sorry.
Is there anywhere in the Vedas or any
Not that I know of.
that I could?
I don't know.
Not specifically about chocolate, but more about prasadam and like how it's offered and stuff.
Oh,
More about it?
Sandamini can train you up on that. Oh, that's easy. That's easy. Wait. You had something?
Oh, no.
All right, boss.
Oh, good. No, I'm fine.
Oh, I thought.
Of your 30 years being Krishna conscious,
40 years, yeah.
um,
41 now.
culture is rapidly getting more and more detached, more and more singular in terms of technology, and our distraction is, well, geez, you know, what am I talking about, you know, because we get so distracted. You've seen 40 decades come and go in the beginning of your journey. What advice do you have?
Okay, here's what I see. Here's what I see. I see that with each generation, the importance of material success is becoming more and more prominent. The children at a young age now are being pushed into, at a young age, you gotta make it. So I see this, the material energy and material success is becoming more and more the focus of the world. I also am seeing, and especially in the last year or two, lots of conflict, evil, and it's just, we had Israel and the Palestinians. We had Putin attacking that country, Ukraine. You've got, even here in America, like over the summer, the police are out of control, just shooting people and people, it's just the nature, the atmosphere, everything is very violent and aggressive, and you have football players beating their wives, and like I check out the headlines and it's all, and now we got Ebola. It's like, when is this going to end? And now just yesterday, there was a guy in Canada, and it's just like, it just seems like there's this tidal wave of bad shit. Just, you know, and I'm just thinking, Krishna, please save me, please save me. I just feel like there's this like negative energy that's, like today there was a solar eclipse and I was expecting, but I guess nothing bad happened. That's maybe because it was a partial one. I don't know, I'm just saying be careful, watch your back, and take shelter of Krishna. Because you don't know. I don't see a very bright future out there in the world. I just see things becoming more and more, you know, nasty and bad. Yes.
Well, isn't that destined though? Because this is a semi-hellish planet.
Semi-hellish?
Hellish.
It's in the middle. It's not too bad, it's not too, okay, semi. It's also semi-heaven, but it's Kali Yuga and things are getting bad, yes. And therefore take shelter of Krishna.
Can you define Kali Yuga?
Kali Yuga, the age of quarrel, hypocrisy, you see that in government. And in just in everything. Quarrel, hypocrisy, strife. But if you take shelter of Krishna, you're like protected somewhat. Yes, sir?
I got one that you probably never heard.
All right.
Every once in a while, I used to sort of go down these little rabbit holes on YouTube about various subjects. I had this fascination with like the Illuminati for a while, and the more I got into it, then they started saying that if you're in the Illuminati, you're a satanic reptilian shapeshifter. And they have all these videos, a lot of videos, and some are very convincing of like people doing these little shapeshifts on television. And I don't know, I thought it's like the more you watch it, the more you start to believe it. And then they start talking about the Illuminati symbolism, it's everywhere, look for it. And then you start noticing, yeah, these symbols are on pretty much every single like logo and brand and everything there is. So let's just say that there were these shape-shifting reptilian, demonic, whatever they are. In a way, it's really nothing to freak out about because, I mean, it says in here that we're living in a world of Maya.
Yeah.
So Maya is kind of all about keeping us deluded and playing tricks on us.
Yes.
And let's say these things just happen to be some type of satanic spirits that are taking form. Well, you know, okay, so a demon's a demon's a demon. So they just happen to be running all of government in Hollywood. No biggie. Do you think that something like that is possible? And if it were possible...
Anything is possible. I personally believe that 9/11 was an inside job.
Yay! Right.
Okay? So anything is possible, but what I do is take shelter of Krishna because there's nothing else I can do. I need to do what I can do, and I want to be ready for death. So I just take shelter of Krishna. When it's time to go, it's time to go. I can't I follow politics. I don't like what I see, the direction of the politics, the country, and I go, there's nothing I can do. I just have to take shelter of Krishna. And I guess the song, Ke Sara Sara, whatever will be, will be.
I was involved in a religion where they would talk about creating, like God's great plan was to establish a paradise on earth. But that totally goes against what you guys see, which is basically, this is supposed to be a place of suffering. That's the whole...
No, you can make it, but what is that paradise? Everybody has to follow the laws of God. And until that, yeah, I'm not gonna eat.
But God's not really concerned with making the earth perfect, is he?
No, He created this, and you could. You have to go.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Krishna.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you.
I hope you had a good time.
Yeah.
Haribol. No. The world could be. That option is there. But everyone would have to agree to live a God-centered life. Now, is that going to happen? Probably not, but it could. This world could be idyllic if everybody followed the laws of God.
I also, in this religion, the founder basically said that he defined a way to give his initiates the ability to channel divine light directly from the heavenly plane or something like that. So the whole thing was, giving light. Sandamani, I even asked her once, I said, if I join this Christian movement, can I still give Joe Ray to people? And she said, well, it's in the mode of goodness, I don't see why not. But now, it's kind of difficult to pour my heart and soul into this belief system and my heart and soul into another belief system that's very different.
Yeah, make a choice.
And one,
Make a choice. Follow your heart. How's that?
you're saying I can't do both?
Eventually, one's going to eat. Can't love two women. Got to stick with one. Better to, follow your heart, stick with one, put your whole heart and soul into it. Eventually, that's what's going to happen. Obviously, I'm going to recommend this because I'm Krishna's salesman. But you have to follow your heart because that's what you're going to do anyway. You're at a crossroads. Based on what you said previously, you're at a crossroads. So at some point, you're going to have to decide, is it going to be Krishna or Maya? That's why I blessed you. That you find someone who will help you make that right decision to follow Krishna.
There's been many times I thought I found that person, but it turns out that I made a mistake.
Well, maybe let's see what my blessing does. Can't guarantee nothing.
But this is the only place that I've come back again.
Well, then that answers our question. Keep coming back. Okay. Yes. Last question because I'm getting tired.
It's not a question, it's just.
Oh, you want to share?
There's this book called Spiritual Warrior by
Oh,
Dr. Tirtha Swami. And in one of the first few chapters, he talks about heaven on earth, which is a question you just had, you had it last time, and he's kind of touching on it today. And then,
Or paradise on that.
yeah, and
Like
then,
we're still physical, but everyone's holding hands and singing Kumbaya and we don't do cycling. Everything's just comfortable.
Thank you.
he
Hare
also
Krishna.
talks about